this and listen. Oh,
Oh, beautiful.
it's very, very nice. Hello and welcome to hobbyking.com. My name is Stuart and I'm here very excited to tell you about a brand new model from Avios. Avios being bigger foam. Think Durafly, think the smaller stuff. Think Avios, think the bigger foam stuff. And we've got something really big and exciting for you today. And well, here it is in front of me. It's the new Avios 1600mm Super Tucano. Now, Super Tucano, it's serving now in many air forces around the world, and this particular scheme is a very catching scheme. It's the Philippines Air Force scheme with that very distinctive shark mouth, and it's got this kind of like, I'd be tempted to call it Arctic camo, but in fact it's not that because, of course, as you know, well, maybe you don't, but the Philippines is a Pacific region, so it's not very Arctic down there. The point being is it looks very, very cool, and the shark mouth comes pre-applied out the box, as do all the decals that you see on it, and it looks very sharp for it. Now, what we're going to do here today, this is our official flight review, so I'm going to dive into the specs now and talk about a bit of the details, and then a little later we'll take it out there for a flight review. So, it's 1600mm span, really nice size. For Avios, this is the first time we've done a warbird at this size, and it's a real thing to behold. Not only has it got that 1600mm span, but it's very, very long. So, I mean, I've got a radio here for scale, but hopefully you'll get an impression of just how big this is. That being said, out the box it comes in a relatively small box, very, very well packed. The wings are two-part, the fuselage is two-part. The fuselage does need gluing together. That's the only part that needs gluing. And then you get this massive length out of quite a small box. The wing halves, they can be kept separate, but actually we recommend that when assembling the model, you use the 4 machine screws to bolt the wing on, but you also use that as a jig to glue the wing halves together. It transports very easily as a one-piece 1600mm model. It just makes it that much more durable when it comes to longevity and flight. Other assembly out the box, both the horizontal and the vertical stab are screw-on affairs. All the servos are pre-installed. Most of the control linkages are pre-installed as well. Coming up to the front end, the turboprop exhaust that you see, they come out the box pre-installed like that. There's a lot of prefabrication in this. The 5-blade propeller that it swings scow, it has the real one has 5-blade turboprop. It looks really, really nice, and it flies actually very efficiently too. That will need assembling, and there are some steps to follow on that, so be sure to check out the online manual for full clarification and steps on how to assemble the prop assembly. So essentially that's the assembly. Now spec-wise, it's got a 50-52 525 kV brushless outrunner, actually the same motor that's in the H-King Yak 11, though we tweaked the kV to suit the 5-blade setup, and that's now 525, as I just mentioned. Speed controller, you'll be pleased to hear, it's a Aerostar RVS G2, and that's 100 amp in there, and the setup is a 6S. This is for anything from a 4,000 right up to a 6,000 milliamp hour 6S, and you can expect to get very generous flight times on those packs. Servos are a mix of sizes, and again pre-installed. It comes with LEDs, and quite day bright LEDs, but they certainly help with orientation if it's a grey sky during the day, but as the light starts to fade, they're really, really nice for that low light flying. And what we're going to do in a separate video is give you a low light flight, hopefully at a different location to this, so look out for that coming soon. And then along with the LEDs, it has, of course, electric retracts. These are really, really nice slow units, and the oleos on this are really, really nice machined struts. They work exceptionally well, as you'll see when we get out there. And all in all, it's a massive amount of bang for buck. You get for your money a very sizable model. You get lots of great detail. Maybe we can show you in some cutaways, but the cockpit itself, it's very, very bulbous. So if you're into FPV, this would certainly be a good candidate for that. But as it is, as a line of sight model, it's got some nice detail for a plug and fly level of this model. And of course, the 2 pilots that you see here are pre-installed and included. Control-wise, it's the standard full house. So you've got ailerons, elevator, rudder, flaps, retracts and throttle. And if you have a spare channel on your receiver, of course you can engage the RVS should you need to. You'd only really need to if you are flying from hard tarmac or asphalt type surfaces. On grass it stops in a very, very nice distance. It also takes off in quite a nice distance too, as we'll show you when we get out there in just a few minutes. But before we do that, let's pop the hood, by which I mean canopy, and give you a look inside. Now this little I guess knob you'd call it here. This is actually an aerial on the real one, and we've utilised this as part of the hatch system because it is a spring-loaded hatch, and you pull that back and hey presto, away comes the canopy hatch. So that goes to one side, and look at that full amount of access you get directly to the model. Here is my receiver, and here is the control board. There is just two ribbon light connectors or balance lead connectors that come from the wing. Very, very easy, simple and efficient, and that plugs directly into this PCB. Moving a little further forward, you've got the flight pack. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour Nanotech. Now these marks that you see here, that is the indication of the rearmost CG. I actually prefer my CG more forward than that, or my balance point. So I'm at the extreme forward example, as shown in the manual, but you will want to measure that from the leading edge just to double check, but do note that those marks there are for the rearmost CG. However, for me, my flying preference, I like it forward of that point, so that's within the range stipulated in the manual, but that's where you see the battery now. And forward of that, of course, you've got access to your speed controller, that 100 amp Aerostar G2 that I mentioned as well. So battery access is very easy. It's just a case of undoing these Avios Velcro straps, and out comes the battery. Receiver access is very easy, and when you come to assemble the model at the field, plugging in your wing controls into that distribution board is very easy too. So really, really nice space here, lots of room to work with, and if you put the canopy on like so, you'll see that it fits down with a bit of a click like that. There we go, nice snug fit, that's not going anywhere. Whilst we're here, I'm going to turn the model over and we're going to cycle the gear just so you get an indication of what that looks like. Okay, so as I mentioned, it's quite a sizable model, so I'm going to try and do this myself. It's a beast. Right, here you go. Here comes the gear. Nice slow sequence, as I mentioned. And whilst we're here, I'll show you my flap deflection too. I do have those slowed down on my radio. Beautiful. And gear comes up again. Gear doors. You've got the nice knuckles on the struts and fully machined metal struts, as I mentioned. So I'm turning this piece back over. There we go. So that's pretty much it for the bench overview now of the brand new Avios 1600mm Super Tucano. You've seen it on the bench, and now it's time to see it in the air. And you will see that it flies really, really smooth, actually more like a pattern ship than anything else. It's got good aerobatic potential. We'll probably do a separate video of that too. Put it in the hands of a far better and more accomplished pilot than myself at aerobatics. That could even be our cameraman Andres, who's quite the 3D FRA pilot, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's definitely far better than me in that regards. But we're just going to concentrate on the smooth warbird type flying that you can expect from this Super Tucano. I will also show you flying at full speed and at low speeds as well, because actually it's really, really nice slow speed as well. It's very forgiving, and well, there's no point in me just talking about flying it. We should actually go out and fly it. So let's go. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, it's almost like a different day. I think a storm front's come in, the wind's picked up, the wind's changed direction. I had to put a hoodie on. Doesn't matter though, because we are here out in the field now to give the flight demonstration of the Avios 1600mm Super Tucano. We've got the strip to ourselves pretty much, and I'm going to put it through its paces. We will probably do a separate low light flight, and I think also put this in the hands of one of the far more accomplished aerobatic pilots that we have on our Turnigy, Team Turnigy, as you see there, nice little plug there. So that will come later as well. I'm just going to fly it how I feel most comfortable flying it and demonstrate it as best as I can. First of all, let's start off with some ground taxiing, because it has got those really nice all metal Odeo struts that I talked about. Let's give that a spin now. All right, so it is a trike. The wind is stronger, so you want to watch the wind. If you're flying in stronger winds like this, it doesn't get underneath the wingtip. But let's just give you a little demonstration now with it on its three lovely, lovely legs. You can see it's taking the knocks and the bumps. Now keep in mind, the ground clearance, the grass hasn't been cut here for a while. You can see it's quite long, but the ground clearance is actually excellent. It's got nice, nice wheels, big wheels, and they handle it very, very well. And you can see it's steering a treat and handles well and looks amazing. So I bring it back around and we'll poke it into wind, which is pretty much, unfortunately, diagonally, which is going to make it interesting on approach, but we'll give it a go. Should we take off?
Go
Ready?
for it. Okay,
so I'm going to be on mid flaps to take off, and essentially you just apply a little bit of power. I think it rotates at around half throttle. It'll pretty much do it itself. All right, let's go. Taking off. And I go into a full power climb out. Ease up on the elevator, get the gear away, gears away, flaps are up. Now I go full power. That's full power climb. Look at that. Roll off the top of that. Do a nice roll on the bottom. Like on camera.
Got it.
Full power pass. Oh,
Nice.
It's got a nice sound, doesn't it? It's got a really, really nice sound.
Also really modest somehow,
Yeah, yeah.
but also really quick.
Well,
But
it's
pretty quiet.
It's fast, but what it has got is, you know, lots of pull. Look at that. Now, unfortunately, the sky is a bit grey now, but it's still there's a really nice silhouette in the sky. Pull out again. Same again. Full power, Avios 1600mm. Oh, super now. Now that's low roll rate there. I'm going to bang it straight into a knife edge because I'm really comfortable with this one on knife edge. Glad the wind's changed direction, so I'm going to put it over into knife edge now. It doesn't really need much coupling. Look at that. Yeah, really like that sound. Now this is quite a strong wind, downwind now, but I should be able to maintain it. Here we go. Bit more rudder, bit more elevator. There we go. That's not even full rudder just yet.
You're even climbing a bit.
I'm climbing a bit, yeah. I'm
Incredible.
not the best at knife edge, but in this way around with the left wing down, I can pretty much hold it. It is quite a strong crosswind now at this point, so I'm not going to go too low, but that's basically just rudder.
The
Look
climbing
at that.
tells you how much rudder authority you
Yeah,
actually
there you go.
have.
It's climbing
really
out of
good.
it now. There it goes.
Yeah.
Look, still climbing. Wow.
That's the kind of
amazing.
silliness you usually do with like a pattern plate or something.
Amazing, yeah.
Really nice.
It's far beyond, the ability of the models are actually beyond my skill set, and that's why I mentioned, that's low rate, that's why I mentioned that we will do a separate flight in the hands of a more accomplished aerobatics pilot. Now, I was flying the other night with full flaps in the perimeter of the field, slow and low. Let's see what I can do, but there's no wind there. So let's see what I can do now with wind. I'm still going to be full flaps. But look how steady that is, even in this gusty wind. These are force 3 winds we're flying in now. Look at that. It's obviously getting rocked a little bit, but that's understandable. I'll see if I can maintain a little bit. You wouldn't normally go full flap downwind, but I'm going to see if I can maintain it because again, the airframe is so forgiving. Looking good on camera?
It looks really good.
It's actually flying much better in this configuration than I anticipated. It just speaks of how good the design is and how pleased we are, because we worked very, very hard on this, and that's even better than I remember, I must admit. Look at that climb, beautiful. All right, I'll do my usual half roll over and I'll come down, power off this time. This is all power off now. Okay, now I'm going to take it up, and just because, you know, for the record, we're going to show you the stall. So get it up, get it into wind. That's pretty much into wind. I'm going to go on mid-rate on the elevator just to induce the stall a little sooner, and it should just drop a wing and then it recovers very, very nicely. So look, it stops, then it drops, then you just let go of the elevator. I haven't even applied power yet. Still no power, still no power.
Lovely glider you get there.
Look at that. And now I'm just applying, I'm at about a third throttle now. Bring it round into wing, those LEDs. I've got my sunglasses on now, I don't really need them, but I can still see those LEDs quite visibly. I'm going to walk forward a bit because I want to do a nice air show pass. And I want to have good visuals on it. I don't want to disappear behind the clubhouse. Alright, so here we go. Do a little bit of opposite rudder in this. And do a really nice, I think, well, we call them Farnborough passes actually, air show passes. Alright, coming round. And I'll bank around in front of us. You ready?
Ready?
Look at this. And listen. Oh!
Oh, beautiful.
It's very, very nice. We'll do it on the other direction. I'll just come around this way a bit.
Oh, that got small quickly.
Yeah, it does.
That's serious speed.
Okay, try in the other direction now. Okay, here I come. Yes.
Nice.
I don't often get lots of words on model, but I'm so pleased with this that I just enjoy watching it fly. So that's why I'm not perhaps speaking as much as I should be doing. But anyway, that was a nice little stall turn there. Let's go into a nice big loop. I'll try and get a nice low exit. Look at that, as big as you like. Just ease up on the elevator, ease off the throttle now. Off the elevator, then back on the elevator. Comes and came a little closer. Not my best loop. but beautiful doing it, absolutely beautiful. Let's put it over and try a bit of inverted. There we go. This is low rates on the elevator, and if you want to fly with these settings, if you follow the quick setup guide that is included, you'll find the settings that are highlighted in the quick setup guide are the settings and the throws I use on this model right now. Also available in the online version of the manual. It'll all be there too. Look how well it's holding. I'm going to bunt out of that. Wow, power for days. Now I've been flying, well, my time is almost up, so I'm going to start finishing off this and say, well, you can see just how well it's flying. I'll do another pass here. Full power pass, here we go. A little bit of a bank. Ooh, such a great sound. Now, yeah, I've been flying for almost 5 minutes or so. If you're looking for a warbird that's extremely forgiving and it's a stunning scheme and quite a unique look, because you won't find any other Super Tucano in plug and fly phone format on the market, especially not in this Philippine Air Force scheme, this scow striking shark mouth Filipino scheme. Definitely want to check out the, sorry, I've got to talk over my timer now. Check out the new Avios 1600mm Super Tucano. And if you're looking for a nice pattern plane, definitely check it out as well. I'm going to do a touch and go actually. I'm going to ignore my timer and I'll do a touch and go.
That's so easy to do.
Look how steady that is. Just the nose slightly down, and then get ready to flare, and you can flare all day long with that. Come on. A little bit long. Okay, wait. I'm going to shut up my timer. I'll do that again.
Funny thing is, yesterday we flew it, and they asked me, but what's it like with the gyro off? And it didn't have a gyro at all.
It doesn't have a gyro.
No, exactly. It was
this
wonderful.
is the gyro.
Yeah.
All right, let's try a very, very short takeoff. So I'm a little bit crosswind, but I'm full flaps now. You got it over there? And I just want to do another touch and go for you guys.
Don't try this at home, kids.
You ready? No, do try it at home. It's fine. It's Super Tucano. All right, full power, and up she goes. Look at that. Nice and short.
I didn't know Super Tucano was a stall plane.
This is Super Tucano. Okay, let's try a higher approach. I'm going to dive it in more. Bit. Still keep some power on. You should be able to just flare into it nicely. Oh.
There you go.
Still not happy with that. Still not happy. Maybe.
Not the best one I've ever seen you do.
I think what we'll do, I think we might do a little bit of bonus footage at the end of the video. If not, again, you'll see it on the low light flight when these wind conditions drop. But even in the stronger winds, okay, you might not be able to butter that bread, but still it's very, very forgiving on the ground and it's beautiful in the air. So there we are. That was the Avios Super Tucano. Good at high speed, good at low speed, good at aerobatics, good at warbird flying. It's a good all-round, in fact it's not a good, it's an excellent all-round model. I'm really, really pleased on this. We've been working hard on this for quite a while. Very unique to the market. Lots of detail out the box. You've got the detailed cockpits and all the other details throughout, plastic parts and all those bits and pieces. Beautiful 5-blade prop, which is very efficient, and as you can hear and see, sounds amazing and has plenty of power. So that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Please check out the link below this video for a link to the listing on our site. This is a Hobby King model, Avios brand. Avios is a Hobby King brand. This is exclusively available from Hobby King and only from Hobby King. We've again worked very, very hard on this. We're very, very pleased and we think you guys are going to enjoy it. Do look out for the low light flight coming at some point soon, and we'll do an aerobatic flight with it in a separate video also. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe there'll be some bonus footage of me nailing the smooth landing, but if not, don't worry because it's beautiful and you'll see it in the next video too. Thanks very much for watching and I'll see you next time.